Do-do-do. All right. Looks like we are cooking with gas. So what I'm going to do while people are coming in is go ahead and talk about the camera. I have a lot of people who are really curious about it, how it works. Is it, what's the deal with the camera? So we're going to start off first with the most important part of the camera, which isn't the camera. And what I'm doing is I got the boxes of stuff, old storage auction habits where I keep boxes to everything I buy new, because if I have to resell them, it makes it much easier. All right, so I'm going to put that right there. This is the lens that gets the blurry background. It's a Canon EF 50mm f1.4. Now, it's a little noisy, so you need a lav mic if you're going to use it, because if you have one of the Rode mics, which incidentally I have here, matter of fact, that's kind of funny because I'm doing different stuff, but let's see. Pull this out and I'll show it to you. All right, so let's say you have one of these. Let's see, switch cameras, put it here. So you have a Rode mic, right, which goes on top of the camera. If you're using this lens, because it does not have the, let's see, there we go. There we go. We can get both of them in there. If you're using this lens and it doesn't have the ultrasonic motor, you're going to hear all the whirring and clicking. But if you put an extension on this, because I've got a boom set up where I can have the camera maybe a foot or two away from the mic and you won't hear all that. So that's my little setup. And something else that I should say, as you start buying equipment, you'll find use for a lot of stuff, because the thing that I'm using as a boom mic was actually to hold, I don't have it, but it's probably over there. It was actually to hold the mic for for my podcast and for my hangouts. That was the deal. And once again, this is the lens. This is the most, let's see, let's switch back. This is the most important part of this setup right here. It is this lens, because it gives that nice blurry background, which is called depth of field, and it makes it rock. So, I'm showing this because someone's going to ask, what lens? Where did I get it? Amazon.com. Got it like the next day. All right, this is another lens that I use, and I will put it right here. This is the Canon EF 85mm. Now, the thing about this lens, as a matter of fact, I'm going to bring this back. Just something as you're buying equipment and stuff, and I'm going to talk about all of this, is this lens lets in 60% more light than this lens. And, it's a difference between them, but this one right here, if you get this lens, you're not going to be able to do a lot with it because it's very, very tight. A lot of people who do portraits do this, but this is one of the lenses I use. I use this lens the majority of the time to get that nice depth of field. All right. And then this is what's on here. And this is another lens. This is the Sigma. And this is my all-purpose lens. I use this quite a bit. You can do great video. You can get really, really tight shots. I mean, incredibly crisp shots. So that's what's on the camera now, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this is what I do in my office, because my home office, it's not that big. And if I use this lens, I got to have room to operate. You need a few feet to operate. And this is why I now understand why photography studios are so big now. But this one gives me more flexibility, and I can use it all over the house. Okay, this is now the lenses. Let's just say this really quick. The lenses are the most important part of your setup because let's just talk about the lenses. You could go on eBay or Amazon and get a used camera that will handle these lenses for $200 to $500, or in some cases you can get a new camera that will handle those lenses for, like I said, $300 to $600. Now, I'm going to explain why I got this camera and why I spent what I spent. Because, let's just go ahead and turn that around. And we'll show you this. Because I'm showing the boxes because it's just going to make it easier because people are going to come back. All right, I got the Canon 70D because it has continuous autofocus for video. My primary reason for buying the camera was video. And that is what I use it for most of the time. I take a lot of pictures, but its primary function is to take video. So that's why I have it. It was, I think it was $1,200. I'm not sure. Because I was looking at, and another reason, and if you're going to do video, and I'll just show you the camera. If you're going to do video, it makes a world of difference to have an articulating screen. A huge difference because you can flip it around and see yourself. But that's why I spent what I spent, because you're really heavily invested in video. I've got the Sigma lens on here, and one of the things that I've noticed is the quality, even at 1080p, and this is not 4000, or probably at some point in the future I will get a 4000K camera, but just the quality is really, really amazing when you get it together. Because like I said, I'm still learning how to use this camera. I'm still learning how to put it all together, but it makes a big, excuse me, it makes a huge, huge difference in the quality and the presentation. So that's what I use. And also, another thing, I get a lot of people who ask about what mics do you use for your camera. I already showed you the Rode, and I'm going to show you this guy, which is, hold on a second. I'm going to put this here. It's about, let's see, what was that? Was got it on Amazon. It works really well. I lost the little screen, the windshield, but it works really well. But that's my primary camera now. I use my iPhone for driving videos, but I'm really, really using, I'll just, tell you about the cameras I use. And, I'll get down to the whole reason I do this and that. I use iPhone for driving videos. Let's put it right there. And you can get 1080p really clear. If you got on a bright sunny day, the quality will be amazing. And I use C. I've got two of them. That's what I'm using here. I've got two C 920s. You can get them on Amazon. Right now they're on sale for $50, I believe. And that's what I use for these Google Hangouts and these live events, because for the money, I mean, you just can't beat it. They've got full 1080p, you've got the right lighting, and I'll talk about lighting. Excuse me, I don't have the lights on right now. Basically these, because there's two of them, I'll flip through here. That's how I get this shot, because I've got one under the iMac and I've got one here. There's no light, just a little bit. And there's not a lot. It's just a little. Well, I guess it's a lot of sunlight flooding the room since it's daytime. But that's what's powering this look, because I'm going through all of this about the cameras because this is something that I have started to notice with YouTube, and I'm starting to see it on Facebook. The videos with the best quality stand out. They really, really stand out. And if you're going to make an investment in video, and I know there's a lot of courses out there, how to shoot, great video with your iPhone, which you can. There's courses to shoot great video with your iPad, which you can. However, those devices are not going to get you the depth of field that's going to give your video that oh golly gee whiz view. It's just not. There's things that you can buy that will get that for you with lenses and stuff for your iPhone and your iPad, and there's a lot of things. You could do a lot with your iPad and you could do a lot with your iPhone, but if you're going to be serious, you're going to have to step your game up. Now, the reason I showed you my setup, and this is what I did, you could get, and I'm going to give you some pointers. If you want to have like really high quality YouTube video and you don't have a big budget, start with your phone. That'll get you in the game. I mean, I was using a Sony CyberShot for 2 years, and that's the reason those earlier videos had those black bars, which is crazy. But put on your goal sheet to elevate your equipment, because what's happening is those videos from 2007, they're not being ranked anymore because people are not watching them like they used to. When you are looking in YouTube and you see like a really good thumbnail or a really gorgeous shot from the video that's super clear, what are you picking? And this is getting to the point where you're just going to have really good quality just to get in the game. But you can do it on a budget. I figure you can get yourself a nice DSLR setup and mics and cameras for the low $750. And high end could be unlimited. I mean, it could just be crazy, but for just to get in, probably $750, and use what you have to get things started, because that's going to be very, very important. All right. Now, one of the things that I'm doing, because I got this comment the other day, is people were saying, pick a good time for your webinar. This is the thing that happens with me. The hustlerskungfu.com has an international client base. There's people literally in every time zone. And currently, I would say 20-25% of the customers for Hustlers Kung Fu are international. That's pretty significant. So I can't just say, hey, we're not going to do this for you. So I'm playing around. And today is like one of the first examples of me doing something different, because today at 4 p.m. I'm going to have a more formal webinar about how to start a YouTube channel in 2016. And this is just one that I sent out to one list and I placed in one group just to see who would show up this time, which is 9:55. Now, okay, so that's the deal with the Canon 70D and how to start a YouTube channel. Well, the Canon 70D and the camera deal. Get as best quality as possible. Like I said, it doesn't have to be 4000K, but it has to be a good 1080. Now, the rules for starting a YouTube channel in 2016 are radically different than they were in 2009. Number one, I'm going to tell you some truths. You can start a YouTube channel. You can have the great camera. You can have great quality. You can do proper SEO. You can have all these wonderful descriptions in your channel. And you can even go out and hire someone to transcribe your video and upload it as a file. You could do all of that and your channel will go nowhere if you do this one thing wrong. And that is pick your niche. Your niche is everything. It is everything. It is the most important part of what you're doing when you're building your YouTube channel. It is hands down it. If there's nothing else that you take from what I'm talking about, your niche will make you or break you. That is the key to starting a successful YouTube channel. If you have a channel that you've had for a few years and you keep trying to make it work, and you might be better off starting from scratch. Like say you've had a YouTube channel for 3 or 4 years, you got 500 subscribers, not a lot of views. Scrap it. Start from scratch. Don't worry about it. Pick a better niche. And also, this is something that I've noticed in the last 2 years. SEO is still very important, but it's a different kind of SEO. Video that I put up, I had a great thumbnail and a great title, and it's up to almost 200,000 views organically. Part of it is I picked the right search phrase. When someone goes into Google, they're looking for a video, they're looking for help, they're going to put in a certain phrase. And if you don't have that phrase as the title or a way for Google to index it, they're not going to find you. This is one of the things that I've noticed. There's a lot of awesome contributors to YouTube. Their channels are amazing, and they don't know how to properly tag their videos. So that's why they'll put up this wonderful video that will have maybe 50 views, because it's very, very hard to find. So your number one thing is pick the proper niche. Your next thing to do is to go ahead and make sure that you are creating searchable and shareable content. You got, especially if you're new. If you're like really cute or handsome and you just want to sit up there and pontificate about your life, that can work. People like the reality shows of vlogs and family channels, that could work. Now that's a niche. If you're a good-looking man, good-looking woman, married couple, and you have really cute kids, you could create a channel on YouTube and make a lot of money, because that family niche is huge, because it's true reality television. It's really true. There's a guy, let's see, Jerry Levine Jr. He had a comedy channel for years and years. He was, one of the first people, because he was killing it for a while. Then he got married and had, now he has kids, and he did this family channel, and the family channel is kicking the comedy channel in the ass. So you got to research your niche, research what you want to talk about, and understand. Now, this is not to say that you can't put up a channel talking about anything you want to talk about. That's on you. You can do that. But the thing is, if you are not going to have searchable content, if you're not going to have a flow and a certain game plan, it's going to be very challenging unless you just have one of those exceptional things such as connections, attractiveness, or a ton of money. Ty Lopez, there's a lot of stuff that's going on about him. I don't know if he's a scammer or not, but I do know this. For the amount of money that he's spending for advertising, he is making money, and not chump change, because I think the guy's spending 5 to 6 figures a month for YouTube advertising. If you got an AdWords account, if you don't pay that bill, they shut you down, and he continues to advertise, so he's making money. So those are just the big overview guidelines of what you need to do to start your channel in 2016. What you really need to pay attention to. You would be better off spending 20, 30 days researching niches, looking at where you fit in, seeing who's the dominant player, than just starting a channel and throwing up videos. Because this is something else too. Properly keyworded or SEO videos with the right look can make money for years and years. I looked this morning because if you notice that I have started this new playlist, the paid blogger. That's going to continue, and it's going to continue for a reason, because it's very specific. And talks like this will be up temporarily, and then they will, go. I'll take them down. I may put them up, sell them. I don't know yet. I haven't quite figured it out. But for the month of October, as a main category topic, I'll be talking about blogging. There's I've got a sheet full of ideas and videos that I want to make. So that's going to go on all December. I'm sorry, not October, December. That's just going to go on all month. But since I've made that change, and there's only 6 videos, there's just 6, I've saw an increase in my AdSense earnings and an increase in viewership, because it's very specific and there's like a path. This whole just throwing stuff up, like, once again, if you're going to vlog, that's totally different. But if you're going to put yourself in a category, you have to have a message. You have to have a game plan. This is very, very critical to your success. Very, very critical. Okay, so at the moment, I'm going to pop in here. if anyone has a question, I'll answer a few questions. So I'll wait a few minutes to see if anyone has something they want to say. You could just type it in. I would assume you could just type it in. Just let me know. And today is Thursday. Okay, because I see people watching, but nobody seems to have a question, which is cool. Okay. Hey, what's up, Mr. Shoe Guy? Yeah, the session. Oh, I should have said, if you are interested in the 4 p.m. session, that's going to be different. This is just me testing and offering some valuable information, because I'm telling you, picking your niche is super, super huge. Let's put it this way. Let's just take this channel. If I was a girl and I was moderately attractive, not stunning, just moderately attractive, and if I worked on the beauty channel, the way that I worked on this channel, no doubt in my mind I'd be at 200 million views. That is how important your niche is. It does not matter how hard you work. It does not. No. Well, that's not true. Hard work does matter, but if you're working in the wrong niche, if you're working in the wrong area, you are not going to get dividends. There will not get any ROI on that stuff. None. All right, so, okay, like I said, I'm not going to stay here too long, because one of the things is I'm going to keep these things short, because like I said, I got a lot of stuff to do today. So if there's any questions, I'll answer them. And I probably will leave this up until, about 4 p.m. and then I'll take it down. So, if you'll have folks who can come check it out. But if you got any questions, go ahead. If not, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off and then get ready for the day. And I'll be doing more of these, because like I said, I'm going to play around with the time to see what's the best time, because I used to do a lot of nighttime webinars, and I have found out that consistently, between 2 and 5 Eastern Standard Time is when I get the most views. That's just consistently been a norm for me. So we will see. All right. I think that was it. So, all right. What I'm going to do is shut this down. And if you want to be part of the webinar today at 4 p.m., just go under this link and just go under this video and hit that link and register. And if you want to be on the list for the live webinars, which are 1 to 3 times a week, just hit the, be sure to get on my email list. And those are the only 2 things that are under this video. So with that, thanks to everybody that came out. Thanks to Ms. Burns Media, and I will see you guys later.